In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football. Hello, Ratcha!
Well, hello. Welcome to Corby Town TV, a wonderful place to be, so join us.
Yes, why not? Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so you'll never miss out on this wonderful televisual experience.
Don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels and go to that wonderful website, which is gaining popularity.
Most certainly, because it's full of information and groovy stuff, and it will tell you when the next game's on. It will give you a report on the last game. That's where you can also find the links to the boss's interviews, as well as all the other interviews, and the podcast link as well. Though the podcast link is everywhere, because we use all the social media, because we're completely all over it.
We are so far away today because we are right at the back of the room and the camera's all the way down there, and you're probably wondering why. Well, all will be revealed within the next 10 minutes.
Oh, I hope so, because we have done some moving around of the boxes. We're trying to make it more like a televisual experience for you, and so that you see us, because we're actually moving to 3D. Soon, you'll be able to put your hand inside the TV screen and touch us.
Nobody wants to touch us, Chuck. Nobody wants to talk to us.
But hopefully you can see all of the names on the board behind us now better, especially RM and, I don't know, the others, Cardigan Arms, isn't there? And, Telematics, all that jazz. And look, the Raj and Dino, all that jazz. All for our sponsors, because they do a great lot of work and we appreciate them. Thank you.
Yes. Couldn't go anywhere without them, could we?
No, we couldn't. We couldn't get anywhere with lots of things happening at Corby Town, including the volunteers and all the people that work behind the scenes. But we've got to talk about football.
Yes.
Saturday, we were driving up there. It chucked it down all the way there.
Yep.
It was moist and damp when we got there.
Yep.
Got to say, they were quite friendly. And the pitch looked okay. Drained well. No real problems with the pitch when we started playing. Didn't cut up too badly at all. Corby, great start. 5 minutes in. Wonderful, hard as on the nail. It was a free kick from Gordon. That's, of course, Danny Gordon. It was parried by Lewis King into the path of Captain Rory McClory. Put it in the back of the net.
Yep.
1-0.
Yep.
They pulled a goal back, 1-1. Then they went ahead 2-1. Half time.
Yeah.
Second half, we looked a bit stronger, and we pulled back another goal. Fletcher Toll with a nutmegs through the legs of Lewis King.
Yes.
2-2, and then they pinched a goal and sat back on it, really, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I mean, they were well worth their win. What was disappointing, Gary said in his interview that we conceded 3 goals to 3 set pieces.
True.
Which is kind of probably unlike us, really. I think most people will walk away from the game thinking that perhaps the best team won. I certainly did. Through all the endeavour that we tried, yes, we got 2 goals, but,
And there was some. Should we talk about the other issue on the day?
Yeah.
There was a bit of a problematic moment when some fans, and we'll call them fans, they're not really fans, not fans of Corby Town, and they certainly weren't fans of Long Eaton, but they seemed to be local in the parish of Nottinghamshire. And they were using bad language in the stand.
Yes, some of the Long Eaton fans have taken to social media calling Corby Town fans probably the worst that's been there. What they have to understand is that wasn't our supporters. I thought our supporters were top notch.
All of our supporters were in the stand, on the touchline on the far side of the pitch, opposite where we were. But there were some fans in the main stand that seemed to recognise one of our players and was having conversations with that player, but maybe never seen Corby Town before. Now, I don't know if they were picking up, because they knew some of the songs. They must have picked them up on social media. But they were local to Nottingham. They were from Cliftonville, had nothing to do with us. And we apologise on behalf of the club for, unfortunately, that kind of rabble saying, they're not fans. They apparently support Notts County, who aren't even a proper football team, are they?
Oh.
So you were saying that as a Notts Forest fan. But, of course, we've got many links with Notts County because some of our ex-players played for Notts County. Just a bit disappointing, really, that you get that kind of minority turn up at football pitches. Always the same thing. It's always the minority spoiling it for the majority.
Yeah, I withstood it for the first half, and then the second half I hardly got any footage because I had to get out of the stand, just all what was going on, and then there was this awful smell from, let's say, substances that just got the better of me, and I had to get out of there. So footage ain't great, but
it's not the first time. I don't want to say this has got something to do with non-league football, but it's not the first time I've been at a football match and smelt the sweet scent of Mary Jane. and you wonder, is it epidemic or to local fans and or to just people wanting to watch non-league football because they think you can get away with it because the stewards aren't particularly going to challenge you on it. It's not right. You don't bring your drugs into football. It's bad enough people drinking and the rules on drinking and having glasses and having plastic and all that kind of stuff is regulated generally by the FA. So, yeah, lots of issues there. But for any of those Long Eaton fans that think it was our fans, they weren't our fans, nope. And we don't need to see them again. And then we have got their photos, and if they do turn up here at Steel Park, and they're not likely to because they're from Nottingham, they won't get in. Nope. So there. But yeah, disappointing result for the Steelmen on Saturday, losing 3-2. And now we've got a big game which we can talk about. But of course, this won't go out until after that game has happened, so you can watch the highlights of the game versus Long Eaton. There's a great goal by our captain, Rory McCauley, and it was well taken when Tolly scored his last goal, which is another one for the record books. So you can watch them and enjoy them. But disappointment in the end of it. But we've got a game on Wednesday. If it goes ahead, now I would check the social media. Not that you're going to be doing it because it was last night. But we are playing Peterborough Sport. Whatever happened, we don't know. But I'm sure if the game is on, we'll probably show the highlights in this podcast. Would that make sense?
Yeah, possibly. It might be next week.
Or maybe just the goals.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to go any great.
If you've seen the prices for the Hillier Cup, I think it's £5 and what it's this. I'm sure it's cheaper. I don't know, but as I said, we've said it on many occasions. The Hillier Cup should be played pre-season. It should be a bunch of friendlies and a way that to bring revenue into all the clubs. And to play it on a Wednesday night using electricity to burn out the lights, it's not right. It's wrong for every team, I think, in Northamptonshire. And really, I think Northants FA need to wake up and smell the coffee and say this is costing clubs money because the people that come through the gate do not pay for the lights to go on. It's that poor. But at the end of the day, it is a semi-final. Corby Town will put their best foot forward, try and beat Peterborough Sports, and it will mean that they may be in a final at Sixfields Stadium.
Well, we'll see.
We will see. The other good thing about there, have you seen what's happened at Sixfields?
They've nearly completed that new stand.
It's up, yeah. The corporates are in. It looks good. It looked awful when it was empty. It was a skeletal of a stand. And now it looks like it's fixed. So well done, everybody at Northampton Town for pulling their finger out, getting behind it. I know there was problems with it, and and the monetary side of it, and the council. The council, I can't say anything there because I'll be pulled up in court. But it's a shocker, really. But it does look nice now, and I think that the county team, the number one county team, the second best supported team in the Shire, behind Saints. Have got a proper stand and a proper stadium, and it looks now good for football.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes.
They could have played it at Franklin Gardens, couldn't they? They could have played football at Franklin Gardens. Now, quite frankly, I think that would have been nice. but green and black and yellow.
Okay. We have some messages out there to try and get out there some information. I will give you very basic information of what I've got, and I'll put up the proper details on the screen. The ladies, after promotion, are looking for new players for the second half of this season and to register for next season. They must be 16 years or older, 16 plus, it says.
And ladies.
Yeah. And there are details, the full details I will put on the screen for you. And then the other thing that we need to mention, which is also to do with the ladies, and I will put the full details on this screen as well, it's to do with coaching opportunities within the ladies' system.
So if you feel as if you could coach the ladies to get out of the league they're in or go and win a trophy or whatever, contact us, I would imagine, at the same email address.
No, the coaching for the ladies, and I'll put the full details on there, it's a different email address.
Than the one we usually often.
Yeah, it's Corby Town FC Ladies at gmail.com.
Oh.
And it's contact Sheila Lauder.
Sheila, and she knows everything. She is the secretary of all the ladies' teams across Corby Town. So you contact her if you certainly is up for both the playing and the coaching staff.
No, one is Phil.
Oh, Phil.
For the team.
Yeah.
For the playing staff, and for the coaching staff, it's Sheila, and I'll put the details on, and it'll all be there for you to see, and then you can decide, and hopefully we can have some new coaching staff and some new players within the ladies setup.
Of course, if you don't understand why that would be a good thing, it builds confidence. It's great for camaraderie. You get to play football. You get to meet new friends. You get the skill. It's mindfulness. It's energy, and it's worthwhile, and it's fitness, and it's all good, isn't it?
It is all very, very good indeed, yeah.
What else are you looking for there, Michael?
We're all good. A couple of things, one that I can find and one that I can't. So let's go to the one I can find. Corby Town FC are going to be holding a walking football tournament on Sunday, the 25th of May. And the reason why we're mentioning it now is it's £60 per team, and it's an all-day event up here at Steel Bar. The Steelman Kitchen will be open, the Tea Hut, the Steel Bar, and it's ladies' teams they're looking for, because for some reason they've crossed the men's out. Does that mean that they've got enough teams for that?
I have no idea.
Anyways, I'll put that up there, and the prices are all up there, and I'll put that on the screen as well.
I think I was the compare at that last year.
Yeah.
But I could do up to a certain hour. I believe I'm away that weekend. I'll be at Bearded Theory. I believe it's that weekend.
On the 24th, the day before, there is, I believe, it's a youngsters football tournament up here. I can't find the poster for it, but again, I'll put that up here on the screen, and you'll be able to see it was listed on the Corby Town Facebook page. And I'm sure Chuck at some point will probably put it on the website. Hopefully.
Yeah, as soon as we get the information. The other information we're looking for as well, just so you know, and we're not hedging our bets, but we need to know what dates the playoffs may fall upon. So we don't know yet, and we don't know where we're going to finish, and it will affect everything. So, yes, it could be the Wednesday, it could be the Saturday, it could be the Wednesday, it could be the bank holiday Monday. We don't know, but as soon as we get that detail, because there was a meeting at the weekend, we will know more, and we will offer that information to you from the website.
Got to win some games first, Chuck, most importantly.
There was issues when we went last year. There was a lack of parking. There was a lack of support to us going in, and I think that they knocked a few people back on the list. We have a certain amount of lists that we're allowed to take in. People are busy that day. And I'm sure they got a bit uppity about it. I've known them before. They've been a pain. But we'll go there with good faith, and we go there and we hope to play some good football and come away with 3 points. Because obviously, I don't want to say anything derogatory because it may be used in the dressing room against me.
Yes, it will do. Let's just go and hope that we can get a positive result.
But yeah, so I would imagine we'll be wearing orange on that occasion because they do play in black and white.
Oh,
and that's look at me. I'm wearing orange.
Orange.
I'm almost citrusy.
Yeah.
So that's the next game for you to go and get contact on there. Now, as I mentioned, we don't generally mention where to find the details for the bus when it's travelling away. But if you go to the Facebook page, Steelmen Supporters, Steelmen Travelling, yes, you'll find that and put the link there.
They've started to run a bus, yes. And you can also find it on the fan site, I'm sure.
From the Black and White Army.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steelmen Travel Club, I think it's called, on Facebook.
Yeah,
and you can put your name in there. I haven't mentioned it to the people that run the page, but I think GDPR might be an issue because they're keeping the names out on that. So I don't know. Hey, GDPR, I'll leave that one for the government to sort out.
Very good.
GDPR.
Very good.
Yeah. So after that, there must be some ladies' games. I don't think there's no youth football going on at the moment, is there?
No, I think the weather is probably put pay to, they were due to play this evening, I think, but that's not going to happen, obviously. So
what we really need is somebody to win the lottery and give us a couple of £1,000 so we could put a plastic pitch in. On the other pitch, on the ladies' pitch, on the training pitch.
And some floodlights.
That would be useful. We gain some revenue from it, and we get to play football on it, and they can train on it. So, yeah, that would be useful.
Do you know, out of interest, Mark, I had a look, and I like Google, because I like to Google things from time to time.
He's a Googler.
And I put in what was the cost of laying a 4G, 3G pitch. And obviously it would have to be a high standard if people are going to play on it and do whatever they do on it and anything. And the pricing was between 300,000 and 1.2 million.
So £750,000 and we might get something nearer the pitch we want.
Plus floodlights.
So yeah, let's round that up to $1.5 million. So that's the cost of football. But how long would it take to actually earn that revenue back?
Who knows?
Because if you hide it out every other night on a Saturday or on a Sunday, you get some money back at 30 quid a pot or whatever it is now for a pitch. Probably 50 quid a pitch for an hour. That's what we kind of need to do. Is now how the club needs to go forward. I think in other areas, the club's doing as much as it can to bring revenue into the club. We're obviously, there must be some money coming in from somewhere because we're getting new players on the pitch. I don't know if there'll be any more players in, but that was hinted by Gary this week in his one-to-one with me. His one-to-one with me. It makes it sound like I'm his manager.
Yeah, does it? Yeah. His whole idea now, and he's mentioned it in his last couple of interviews, he needs a team at the end of the season, if we get in the playoffs, that can win 2 games in a row. And those are the words that he's using consistently now.
So, there is a big push. We're not going to win the league. Quad can have it, and we need to push and get in the playoffs, finish second, and then win 2 games. If we don't finish second, we've still got to try and win 2 games. So that's written in stone. So, and I think if occasion comes that they are played here, or any of the games are played here, we need an absolutely huge crowd to make sure that everybody gets to watch the game and is fully behind Corby Town. You looked up the cost of a 3G pitch. I looked at the cost of a temporary stand to wheel it in.
Okay.
So maybe to wheel it in behind the goal. And it's still going to cost 10K. And I think, well, if anybody wants to come in and give a club 10K and just put a stand behind the goal, and it's going to have to be wide enough to cover the width of the goal. So it's going to have to be like, fairly big and substantial, and 3 tiers. So you can get lots and lots of fans on there. Because what we don't have, everybody's on the same level at the moment at the back of the goal. But if you tiered it up, it would feel quite atmospheric. And another 13th player.
Another 13th player, yes.
Because the 12th man's behind the other goal.
Many opportunities in that. Did you ever see the interview that was done the other day from the club down the road called Harbour Town, or Market Harbour Town?
I've never called them that.
They have joined up with a media company that is based in Spain.
Brilliant, eh?
And
can you imagine that? Hola! Market Harbour, Fano!
Anyways, the long and short of it is they're going to get there, I think, because of their FA Cup run, and it gave them a lot of exposure out there and whatever. So they are going to have, according to the interview that I watched with the chairman and the CEO, they're going to be streaming their games live out to Spain.
Who wants to watch that? So,
because this channel apparently covers all kinds of football from all different levels. And a lot of it is, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put it up here. And I might even put a link to that interview, because it was very interesting, to be honest. And
well, I mean,
what sponsorship you might get from that.
Well, indeed. I mean, you've got to look at the bigger picture and what's happening in the higher leagues. Non-league is one thing, but what's happening in the Premiership, you can watch every game you want to watch from across the world if you can find the right streaming platform, which is illegal, but you can watch it. And if you've got one team in your league, be it Harbour Town, that want to show everybody in the world them playing football, who's going to stop them? Are the FA going to say, no, you can't do that? Well, I don't think the FA give that much of two hoots about any team in the non-league. And I think that's been recognised, because they really don't kind of involve or interact with any team down this bottom end of the scale.
Yeah.
And it's shocking, absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
They've actually made it worse with the cancelling of FA Cup semi-finals for all those teams that would have got maybe a replay that have played in the ELF or in the non-leagues, that would have got even more money out of it. But it's they just don't care, the FA. They all care about themselves and making money at the top of them. And it's just appalling, allegedly, I have to say.
I think it's a brilliant idea of what they're doing, and good luck to them. And I hope it brings them lots of success.
But then again, you could do the same thing with your coverage. You could plug it directly into a laptop rather than onto your phone. When you're presenting with your brand new camera, that technology might be on the brand new camera. You can plug it directly into a laptop, put it on the web straight away, and anybody can watch it from wherever they are.
Yeah. I think the idea is this is a media company. It's a proper company, and anyways, it's worth looking at them. You should go and have a look at them. Anyways, speaking of, we have a new guest.
Look at that. Do you want me to hold your microphone or hold the box? What have you got, Michael?
Thank you to every single person that has helped us out. We have a new Canon HFG 70, which is the 4K camera. We haven't decided whether we're going to record in 4K yet, because the what would take 20 gig to film a game is going to take nearly 50. So we haven't decided that yet.
Lift it up like it's an FA Cup.
And there we have it, Chuck. And there we are, the brand new camera. Thank you to every single person that's helped us out. As you can see, it's a 4K camera, very similar to the one that I had, apart from my modern 4K and whatever. So, yes, thank you very much to every single person, and we're up and running.
A wonderful upgrade there, which will mean that the quality of the pictures will be so much better. Maybe not the quality of the goals, but it still means that you still get all this great coverage here on Corby Town TV and going out on YouTube and going out on TikTok and going out on Instagram and going out on Facebook and going out on Twitter. We're going to call it Twitter. I'm not calling it because it's a stupid name and the owner's a muppet. So, yeah, but well done for everybody that helped in supporting the need for a camera after the rain shower on back in November. So. Yeah. And you will be buying a camera protector, won't you?
Yeah, that's the next thing that was... somebody's come forward and they're going to help us out with that because the one that I found was 75 quid. Not cheap to get a proper protector, but we've managed to source one. So when we get more funds and somebody help with that, but that's all taken care of.
Good. So we're up and running. We're keeping going, and we're going to keep going with these podcasts. There's not many people say whether they like it or not, but we have to look at the numbers of watching, and it's very, very healthy indeed. So thank you. Not just if you're a Corby Town fan, but if you're anybody in non-league football that likes to hear about non-league football or chat about other teams and maybe some of the teams we're playing against or some of the teams that we have here at the Steel Park, then that's a good thing.
Yes, very much so.
And if you think that you rival us at all, is there any team out there that does a similar thing? Contact us. We'd like to watch you. We'll big you up and say, look what they do down at, I don't know, some other team in southwest London. That's where it'll be, won't it? It's where the money is.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen anybody that does this below, well, any level, to be honest with you.
ELF?
I haven't seen anybody in the National League. Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of them do podcasts, but they're not what we do.
Yeah.
They haven't got what we've got. And certainly at our level, there's nobody and whatever. Although Harbour's media is very good now. They've got an awful lot to offer, so well done to them.
Kettering used to do things, but it was with a green screen. I always thought green screens looked terrible. I'd rather not use a green screen than use one. I think it just looks, it just messes with the picture. But they did an awful lot, but I don't think they've got the same people there anymore.
No, I'm not sure how they're doing it. I think they still record their games. I haven't seen any of the interviews do the way that they did it before. I don't know. They always had a decent and very good media team. I don't know what's happening with it now. But, we are who we are.
And shout out in saying that you've got Kettering and Diamonds or Kettering and Harbour. But Diamonds do a great thing during the game with their radio service, which is great. And it's fun to listen to. And, it's always fun to hear the comments that are coming out of that. It's very professional indeed.
We are the only football club in Northamptonshire that has a podcast recorded in a studio with the cameras, and next week there'll be two. And also with two great presenters, but we're not telling you who they are yet. So what else have we got coming up? That's about it, really. Well, I think it is, Chuck. I think we've covered an awful lot. Football tournaments for the youngsters and the walking football. One is on the 25th of May. One is on the 24th of May. There's opportunities there for the ladies coaching and for ladies players, 16 plus, for the second hour for this season and next season, and obviously the fixture away at Shepshed, and I will list other fixtures during the video.
Excellent. So there you go. So this is where you need to be if you want to watch anything that's Corby Town related. I did see some pictures of some of the younger girls teams, and two of them seem to be wearing a red strip. It's got to stop. We're not having it. If you're any team wearing a Corby Town badge and your kit's red, no. Wear black and white. Simple. If anybody wants to write back to me with that comment, please do so. We'll have it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is Corby Town TV. Please like, subscribe, and notification button, and share it, of course. And in the meantime, you'll find us where?
on all our other social media channels, and go to that website.
Why not, indeed?
And I'm sure the details of the football tournaments and everything else will be on there as soon as Chuck has the details.
Excellent. So in the meantime, we will say goodnight for now, and we will catch you in football. Good night.